Hey everybody, this is Cooper. I'm playing here at N.A.D Park in Bremerton, Washington. We're going to play the short blue layout today. If you watched last week, thanks for watching, thanks for coming back. If this is your first time watching, I'm no good at this game. I'm an MA3 player. I play it casually. I'm trying to get better. We'll share some more along the way, but to start with, we're going to play hole 1, blue shorts at N.A.D. And that looks like we're going to start at a little over 200 feet. The thing about this round is it's going to be backhands only. So all of the shots today are going to be backhands because I've got a little bit of an elbow issue and the forehand hurts. So everything is going to be backhands. Hope you stick around. Hope you like what you see. Comment, share, like, follow, do all the things that YouTube likes you to do. Really don't like starting off with a par, but it's early. We'll get some of those birdies throughout the round. Hole 2 is kind of a persnickety little shot. I would normally forehand kind of out to the left to come back, but because it's a backhand only round, I'm going to go with an understable heat. Kind of downhill, keep it as straight as I can, let it finish to the left. Or I will misthrow it completely and we're gonna have a scramble. Right side here, we can still see the basket. So the thing that I'm going to do that not a lot of people will do is I'm going to show you all the shots. I'm out here in the woods. You're going to hit trees. You're going to get shanks. You're going to be off to the side. You're going to hit more branches. I'll take a 4 on 2. I'm sitting at +1 through 2. That's fine. Lots of time to make it back. All right, this is hole 3. It's the old red tee pad. They tore out the old blue tee pad. They moved the red one forward. So now the old red tee pad is the blue tee pad. We're going to go through the gap, around the corner, about 250 feet. I've played this shot a lot because I used to play just reds. As long as I make it through the gap, we should be okay. Branch in the fairway, knock us down. Should still be able to save par. So one thing I need to remember, I need to tell myself, is that on most courses, pars are great. This is one of them, of course, you would like to get more birdies. But anytime I've played a tournament here for MA3, of course, I'm not playing high-level disc golf. I'm playing very amateur disc golf. The winning scores have been, -2, -3 on a lot of the laps. It didn't really matter which layout you're on. So keep getting those pars. Hit the birdies when you can. Do your best to avoid the bogeys. It's just things I keep telling myself. Hole 14, again, it's normally a forehand line. I'm doing all backhands today because of the elbow. I threw the underworld earlier on 1, and it went a little long, so we're going to tone it down just a little bit. We're going to go with more of a mid-range approach disc, which is this Lone Wolf. It's got a -3 turn on it, so give it the right flick down there, and it should turn over close to the basket. This hole is going 218, dog leg to the right. First birdie of the round, that was a bullet. Gotta like getting those bullet putts from circle 2. Hole 5 is almost 300 feet. We're gonna do the underworld, flip her up a little bit, see how straight we can get her down there. Now, if you watched from the last video, you saw the reason for me filming is I play a lot of solo rounds. Solo rounds I play pretty quick. Both laps, so the red lap I played last week and then this blue lap, I can play in about 45 minutes to an hour on my own. That's not the same as tournament play. So in tournament play, you've got 3 other guys on your card that you're waiting to watch drive and hit their birdies and hit their bogeys, and always rooting for the birdies. But I figured that by filming, it will give me time in between shots to not only think about my shots, but get used to the pace of play that is more like tournament play. Here we go, 165, hole 6. Actually plays into my game all right. We're gonna do a buzz. Let it just fade back into the basket after we throw it up in the air there. I don't think it was a bad tree. I don't know if you saw that, but that's a little disappointing. This one is kind of fun. It's 234, we're on hole 7. We're gonna go over that stump on the right and let the disc do its job and fade down to the left. Or not. Now, of course, that's a tough way to lose a stroke. You don't want to miss that putt. Player 2, he's 1,000 rated. We don't worry about him. Sometimes you just have to throw that follow-up putt to see if you can make it. And of course, player 2 almost always will. We're headed into hole 8, 381. We're going to go around this corner to the right. It's still a par 3, and I can't reach 381. So really, all we're trying to do is avoid the hill that's on the left. We're going to try and avoid the swamp that's on the right. If we can get onto the service road and just toss it up for our par, that's the ideal situation. Let's see what we can do. So if you're following along at home, I just finished playing the N.A.D GT tournament in Austin. I played pretty well. I took 32nd out of 200. I'm pretty happy with that. my original goal was top 50%, so that's 100 people that I had to beat. I did way better than that, so all good there. What I would like to do moving forward is move into MA2, which is the next group above MA3. We'll see if we can get my rating up that high to do that, especially before next year. In doing that, I'm going to be doing things that will benefit me in tournaments. This is one of them. Second, we'll be playing longer holes, longer course layouts. And then thirdly, going at tournament pace. If I can do all of those things, I think I'll be setting the stage to do okay next year. Took a double back there, that's all right. Got to figure out how to play out of the trees, try and save your par. I had a bad rollout, had to putt back up the hill. It happens, no excuses. Normally, again, this would be a forehand route here on hole 9. We have 275 to the pin, and I need to flex it around those trees in the middle of the fairway. We'll try that underworld, see how straight we can get it, see if we can flip it over there towards the end to come back. Cut a tree, otherwise good shot. So as you can see, the front 9 wasn't the best. We're sitting at a +3. We still have a birdie in there. Could have played better though. Everything we're playing today is backhand because of my elbow. We've got hole 10 being at 234. We're going to try and turn this underworld over to the right. See if we can get to carry that shape the whole way there. I don't need to give it full power. I just needed to give it enough that it will turn over. Really, that's enough to save par. One of the cool things about disc golf is you don't need a team, you don't need a big group to play. Grab a couple discs, go out, find a spot in the woods, find a public park, throw at trees, throw at trash cans. I'm lucky to be in the Pacific Northwest where I've got my choice of 20 courses within an hour of me. A lot of them being within 20 minutes. It's helped me not only to stay active, but I have recently lost nearly 40 pounds. That was in the last 4 months. And I attribute a lot of that to being active and playing a lot of disc golf. So get out, have fun, throw some discs, stay active, stay fit, keep on living. Hole 11, 258. We're going to throw it right up the gut, see if we can miss some trees. Worst case scenario, we can throw it for a par. So I'm going to try something out here. I'm actually going to put you in harm's way. 318 is what it says this is. We're going to go up the gut right there. But I'm going to send you down here because there's really no reason for you to see where we're going. You can't see the basket. There's not a whole lot of things that you can see on this course or on this hole. So I'm going to flip you around towards me and we'll see if the dual function on this camera will get us both the drive and the finish. So you've seen me do it a couple of times now where I putt with my bag on. I don't like that I do that. I need to get out of that habit. I think it will save me a few strokes because occasionally, even though you think it's a tap in, you miss. And you want to increase your odds of hitting. In order to increase your odds of hitting, you need to make all your conditions as favorable as possible. One of which would be putting down your drink, putting down your bag, not talking while you're trying to make your putt or driving. A couple little things that can improve scores. Hole 13 here at N.A.D is another blind shot. We kind of dog leg to the left. 191, this is hole 13. Anybody that says they have this hole figured out, they do not. I promise you, it's a wing and a prayer type of a shot. There's a small tree that you can see in the middle of the fairway down there. That is always my target. I want to get to that small tree, let it fade off to the left. Hopefully I'm close to the basket. 9 out of 10 times I'm going to hit a tree anyway. Up to this point, I've been playing pretty boring disc golf on the back nine, that is. The front nine, I had a +3. I'm even on the back nine, so we're still sitting at a +3. Hole 14, 276 feet. That's probably pretty accurate. If there's going to be some excitement, it's going to be on this hole. But unfortunately, usually that excitement is the other direction. I'm going to try and get through the gap in the middle, fade it down the hill to the left, see if I can get a par. More trees. This is hole 15, 263. If you remember this hole from last week from the Reds, there's the red tee pad right there. Basically the same shot because we're still throwing turnover. I think we used the underworld last week. Let's try it again, see if we can get around that corner closer to the pin this time. Sorry for the road noise in the back. You might be able to hear it. I don't know the distance on this hole. It used to be up the hill over here to the right. Now we're straight away and kind of up the hill, more straight than anything. I would say it's 230 to 250, but uphill. I don't know what to do on a backhand here. I would not throw a backhand here. We're going to do the underworld, see if we can get her to flip up in the fairway and get up the hill the best we can. If you can't tell, that wasn't it. I think that's a putt. Hole 17, 246. Only goal that I have here is to get over this downed tree that's cutting across the fairway into the fairway a little further. I don't plan on birding this hole any way, shape, or form, but I would like a solid par. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna throw the bullet. No real idea where I finished. Hopefully it's out there in a spot that I can pitch it up for the par. So as you can tell, if we're talking about ideal rounds, this is not it. I have an injury I'm working on. I'm throwing some different shots that I wouldn't normally throw based on that injury. But overall, we're not doing too bad. We're sitting at a +4. I think my best on this layout is a -3. So, you know, we're 7 strokes back. That's okay. I want to learn it by the time tournaments really start up next year, and hopefully be able to hit the lines that I want to hit with both the forehands and the backhands. Hole 18's a blind one. We're going to try that underworld over the top. Let it stay straight, flex out to the left. Chip it up for par, hit that putt. Well, that'll happen. You miss your putt for the par on 18, you take your bogey, ends us with a +5. Now, I had fun on the round. If you had fun watching, or you would like to come and try this course out, or you play this course regularly, go ahead and leave a comment. Like, subscribe, tell me what your favorite hole is here. Tell me what your favorite putter or mid-range that you would use here is. Again, if you like it, come back next week. We'll have a whole new course. But in the meantime, join me for some ace runs on hole 19.